So let's get started. Welcome. For those of you that took advantage of the Trading Plan Essentials special that we had a few weeks back, congratulations. And today we're going to kind of do a couple different things. We're going to go over the tracking spreadsheet that you got with the, let's move that away, sorry, that you got with the program. And then we'll answer any and all questions that you may or may not have about either the tracking sheet or Trading Plan Essentials or just general questions about trading. As you guys know, and I say it frequently, it's not the easiest business you can try. It's one of the most challenging businesses that is out there, but it's also one of the most rewarding businesses that's out there as well. But you're going to have to put some time and effort into it. And part of that time and effort is tracking your trades, right? It astonishes me, quite frankly, and I don't think that's an overstatement, that word astonishes me, how few people actually track their trades in detail. I know a lot of people that just literally put up their P&L at the end of the day and they're like, hey, this is what I made or lost today. Great. How did you make it? How did you lose it? Those types of things. And when you think about it, it's kind of in your face, right? Everything you do, everywhere you go, you're being tracked. Even your license plates. A lot of people don't know that, but when you drive down the road, there are tons of cameras everywhere on the side of the road, on traffic lights, tracking your license plates. When you shop at Walmart or Facebook or wherever you shop, they're tracking your purchase history, right? And you see the cookies and all that stuff. So the point, though, is that if everyone else is doing it, why wouldn't you do it? Duh, right? It seems to make sense, but a lot of people let that slide by. And one of the reasons I believe people don't is twofold. They think it's intimidating, like, oh my gosh, building a tracking spreadsheet is a lot of work. It is. But more importantly, I think that it's just because you don't have someone telling you to do it. Right? When you work for a company, there's always someone saying, this is how we do things here. This is right. This is our routine. This is what we do. So then you just fall in line. But when it's the first time you've ever been your own boss and no one's telling you do this or don't do that, et cetera, and so forth, it's kind of hard to remember everything you need to do. So today, we're going to spend some time talking about this tracking spreadsheet, some of the things that it's good at, some of the small issues I've had with it, because there are a couple quirks that we have to go over. Unmal is also in the house today, so I expect him to make an appearance and give his thoughts on certain things as well. But without further ado, let's just dig right in. Okay, so what you're seeing in front of you is the newest trade tracking spreadsheet that we have here at Live Traders. And you guys are really the first people to use it other than a couple beta testers. So I do look for feedback from people because there are some things that aren't perfect about it. And there are some tweaks here and there. So the first thing I want to talk about, though, before we even talk about this page, okay, is where you actually begin to input your trades, okay? And on the left-hand side here, you'll see there's a dashboard, trade, data entry, full report, backtest report. So you can do this one of two ways. You can go on the left-hand side and hit trade data entry, okay? Or you can go to the bottom and hit trade data entry. Either way, you'll get you to the same place, okay? So you can either go to the bottom of the screen here or to the left. The left side's a little easier. Click this button right there. You see that? And go boom. And now we're in trade data entry, okay? So you'll notice the spreadsheet comes with some 5, 10, 15 lines. I don't remember how many lines of pre-input data. And it's just to show you how it works. You can either delete that data or you can simply just write over top of the data. That's what I chose to do. I just wrote over top of the data. So for a couple days, there was some old stale data in there. So what I've done is this is my tracking spreadsheet. As you can see, I've been using it since the beginning of the year. We'll talk about comments over here on the right, but you can see I'm using it exactly how I would normally use it, okay? And we'll go over it line by line because I know some people need a little bit more help than others, but on the left-hand side, you'll just see MDY, month, day, and year, right? You're just going to type it in there, right? If I go into this box, I'm literally just going to type 1/6/23, boom. Now that becomes January 6th, right? I'll do it again, 1/3/23, hit enter, and it's January 23rd, right? That's pretty straightforward. This live box, I meant to take this out of here, but it got left in there. So for people that are paper trading, you can just put an N here. For me, I just stopped using it. I'm like, this is annoying. I don't need to know if it's live or not. But yes means real money, and N means no, it's simulator money, okay? The source is a drop-down box right here, okay? It has me, it has Unmol, it has you, which would be me if it were you. All right. Then you have, where did the idea come? Maybe it came from your daily watch list. All right. Maybe it came from your gap list. Maybe it came from your scanning universe. Maybe the idea came from the chat room. Okay. Or somewhere else. Maybe you heard it from Jim Cramer on CNBC or whatever. Okay. I don't know. But this is just an easy way to determine, where the ideas are coming from. And why is that important? Because at the end of the month or the quarter, you might want to know, hey, gosh, I'm doing really well in trading, but none of the ideas are mine, right? They may have come from somebody else. And you want to know, well, why are so many good ideas not coming from you and coming from somebody else? So the source to me matters, right? Now, I'll be fair. I just put my name for all of them. Some of these actually might be some room ideas. A couple of them are Unmol, like UAL. You'll down here. This is Unmol's idea. I really should have this as Unmol Singh down here, but I just put my name for all of them. It's just easier for me. I'm lazy that way. Let's see. How do we add change items in the drop-down box? That's the whole point. I don't want you to. You can, Gene, but I really don't want you to, and I'll tell you why. Because if you do, and you can, there's a box you can change them. I'm going to get emails from people going, Jared, I don't know what happened. This now says DivX, and I don't know why. And you can ask Unmol about this. I was like this close to just throwing out every tracking spreadsheet and never offering it ever again. Because the problem we run into is that if I lock the sheet completely, you can't do anything with it. If I open the sheet completely, people mess it up. So we have this conundrum, right? And I've had this problem in the past. And I got to the point where I was like, I just don't have time to answer questions about tracking spreadsheet questions because somebody input a data piece wrong. Because for those of you who have ever used Excel, this is very complicated, this sheet, like extremely complicated. And you mess up one little thing and that little thing might have an adverse effect somewhere else. And then I have to go dig for it and find it, if that makes sense. So I prefer people to use the sheet as is. And I know that's not a perfect answer and that's not necessarily what you want to hear. But the truth of the matter is, it's just a pain in the neck answering people's questions. And the more popular the sheet gets, hundreds of people have it, thousands of people have it. I get an email or two or more every day, and it's like, well, I don't have time because I'm not a tech person, if that makes sense. The best thing you can do is what Unmol is saying. Save a blank copy in case you mess it up. Or copy it every month so that at least you have your last month's data in it before you messed it up or something like that. Stock symbol, you're just going to type it in, whatever that stock symbol is. Okay, you'll type it in. The time, you'll type it in, whatever time you took it. I always do everything in market time. I know everyone's, different parts of the world. You might be in Hawaii, you might be in Australia, you might be in, I don't know, France. Okay, I always use market time for everything that I do. So type in the time that I entered the trade, type in the time that I exited the trade. Now, for swing trades, this could be a little bit challenging because you might be a day in or day out, right? It could be weeks that are different. For intraday trades, it works pretty seamlessly, okay? Next, long or short. It's a drop-down menu. It just says L or S. Long is L, short is S. Pretty straightforward. Was it a long play or a short play? This one doesn't have all of them, like there's not a 3-minute in here. I've been using the 3-minute chart a lot lately. I just put 2 instead of 3. It has daily, weekly, but there's no monthly or yearly here. But it does cover the majority of the time frames that people trade. 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 15, 60, daily, weekly, which is most of the time frames that we trade here. Then it comes to patterns, okay? Now, sometimes you'll have to use some creative liberties here because I forgot to put a couple things in here. Like, for example, hypothetical. Other for me is 84% place. Anytime I see other, it's an 84% play, okay? You may use other for something else, okay? But that's one I probably should have added, the 84% play in here. But this is also pretty straightforward. Buy setup, sell setup, breakout, breakdown, parabolic buy setup, parabolic sell setup, okay? Bull 3-bar play, okay? Bear 3-bar play, right? One's long, one's short. 1 minute high, 2 minute high, 5 minute high, 1 minute low, 2 minute low, 5 minute low, and then a retest pattern like a W bottom or an M top, and then other. If it doesn't fit into here, there's just other. So again, it should encompass the majority of your trades, but there may be one or two in there that, aren't in a list. Okay. Next, entry quantity. So how many shares did you buy of the trade, of the stock? Now, if I see this little plus sign right here, right there, if I push this out, see it right there, hit that button. I'm doing it multiple times so you can see it. You might have 2 or 3 entries, right? If you added to the trade, you might have entry 2. If you leg into your positions, you might have 2 or 3 entries. I do not. I take all my positions in one entry. So for me, I don't have that box open, but if you do leg into your trades, then you'll use it that way. So anyway, 1,900 shares, you put your entry price right there. You put your stop loss right here. You put your exit quantity here. Now remember, the exit quantity, if you have 2 entries, you might have 1 exit, you may have 2 exits, you may have 3 exits, okay? That's up to you. And notice it says entry quantity, entry price, entry quantity, entry price. You go over here, there's exit quantity, exit price. Does that make sense? So if you have more than 1 entry and more than 1 exit, you're going to want both of these open. You're right. Instead of minus, have them on plus. Okay? Pretty straightforward there. Okay? I don't use this for options plays, Badsha. This is not meant for options. So if you have options trades, I'd probably put them on a different sheet. I don't use this anymore. Right here, it's a drop-down menu. Did you follow your trading plan? TP means trading plan. Did you follow it 100%? Did you follow it 75%? Did you follow it 50%, 25%? I don't fill it out, but you can. So that's kind of what it comes down to. All right. If you think you mostly followed your plan, maybe it's 75%. If you followed it to the letter of the law, maybe it's 100%. Okay. Again, I just leave it blank. Stop loss size, this is auto calculated. So everything after trading plan is auto populated. So I'm going to highlight all this. See all this data? It's auto populated for you. Okay, you don't have to do anything over here. All right, so all you have to fill out are the columns up until this point, and then everything else is auto populated. It'll tell you what your stop size is, what your risk was, how many dollars or cents you made on the trade, how much your gross profit was, how much your net profit was. My commissions are 0, so it just depends on what your commissions are. How much capital the trade cost. This trade cost $368,000. Okay, what your P&L percentage was. Okay, and how many gross are you made. All right, and then this one is just with or against. I just don't really fill it out. All right, I definitely have taken trades against the market for sure. But it'll give you a better understanding of whether or not you're losing more often when you take trades against the market, whether you're winning more when you take trades with the market. Okay, and then the last column over here, all right, let me move this over here, okay, is this. These are the comments. Now, if you noticed, I have made my comment section wider. All right, you'll notice here, you can move this in, you can move this out. See it? Right, I can move this all the way in right here. I can drag this and move it all the way out over here. Okay, I've made my comment section wider just because I want to put a little bit more detail in there. There are certain things I want to know that maybe you don't care about or I care about. All the yellow ones are stocks that have gone at least a half of an R, and there's a reason for that. I'm back testing something right now, so I'm marking them off. That's the reason these are in yellow. You don't have to put them in yellow, but I'm doing a separate back test that's not part of this tracking sheet, and I'm trying to figure something out. So I want to be able to quickly diagnose which ones I need to go to look at, and that's why those are in yellow. But anyway, put whatever it is. So for me, I just wrote, popped $2.86 or 2.86 R. Then it went below break even, and then it went 3.25 R. I want to know if it goes below break even after 1 R. Why? Because I go to break even frequently at 1 R. That's why I add that. Now you want to add whatever comments are relevant to your style of trading. All right. Anticipation stop out, later popped $1.45 or exactly 1 R on an 84% play, popped 21 cents, then stopped out full by a lot. Detailed, but not crazy detailed. So again, you can add as much commentary as you want. Okay. How long is it, Matthew? As long as it takes, my man. So anyway, that's how I do it. And like I said, you can increase the size of this box. If you want to write like a full dissertation and write a paragraph for each trade, go ahead, do it. No problem there. So it's up to you how detailed that you want to get on these. All right, but I like to notate. Normally, when I have an 84% play, for example, right here, normally I will notate this with like a different color. Like I'll put that in orange or something like that. But right now I'm doing something different, like I just said, with a back test that I'm doing. But I will notate that. All right, over here it just shows you the day of the week. It doesn't really matter, but it's for tracking purposes for something else. If you go all the way out here, guys, this is what I mean by I don't want you guys messing stuff up. There's a whole bunch of data in here that has to stay this way. If you mess this up or type something in here where it says win, loss, all this other, you'll mess other things up, trust me. So certain things I was hesitant to like leave unlocked, and the spreadsheet is mostly unlocked. If you know how to use Excel, you can change these drop-down menus. I haven't frozen the spreadsheet. So anyway, that's how you fill out your trades, okay? And every day you're going to do this. And when you want to add a new trade, you'll just type in a new number down here. For example, tomorrow, 1/20/23, boom, and now a new line appears, and I just type in the new line, right? And it'll auto-populate everything else for me, okay? So just put in the date. And just curious, are you entering this data real time? No, I added after the trade's over, John. I added after the trade's over. All right, why did that not come back? That is strange, huh? There it is. For some reason, that back function wasn't working. All right, we're good. So that's how you enter your trades, okay? All right, that's where you enter your trades. Is the trade data entry tab the only place that we have to put in our trade info and every other tab would generate the rest? Yes and no. What I mean by that is, yes, you're correct, Edwin. However, if you're back testing, then we have to enter data in the back test because this doesn't know what you're back testing, right? This information here doesn't know which specifically you're back testing. So we'll get to back testing in a minute. We're not there yet. So this is where you enter your trades, okay? There's something that's very important that you have to do, okay? And you have to do this after you've inputted your day's trades. So put in all of today's trades, and when you're finished, do this. I know it's annoying, but you're going to have to do it. I apologize. There's just no workaround right now. You're going to go up to the Data tab, Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, right here. Data. See it? Data. I said it 3 times. Data tab. Go to Refresh All, right there. Control-Alt-5 or just hit it. You ready? Click it. That's it. Now what that has done is it refreshed all of the new information you put into the spreadsheet, and now everything should be fresh. You have to do this every day at the end. Whenever you're finished inputting today's data, hit refresh, okay? Then you can go over, we'll go back to the dashboard now, okay? Click dashboard. Now we're looking at overall performance, okay? So if you look at the top here, it has the number of trades taken, 37. It has the batting average, 70%. It has my net gain, $18,000. It has my total fees. I don't have any fees because I don't have fees. Now, the win-loss ratio is not what it's supposed to be, okay? And this is the part that is, again, this is just a little bit of an issue. The win-loss ratio, just so you're aware, is basically winners divided by losers. It's not a traditional win-loss. The formula got messed up. So basically, if you were to take 70% winners and 30% losers, it's about 2.36 to 1, right? I'm winning 2.3 times more than I'm losing batting average wise. It's not the average I want. What I'm getting at is the win-loss ratio should really be the difference between my winning trades and losing trades. Does that make sense? So really my win-loss ratio should be under 1. So let's do the math. My average winner is $1,471.43. My average loser is $1,600.91.70. So my win-loss ratio should be 0.87, okay? That's what this should say. So I have to recalculate that. I messed up in there when I was doing it, and I don't know. I just had a momentary lapse of reason, brain fade, senior moment, whatever you want to call it. So this win-loss, just to re-explain, is actually basically how many more winners you have than losers. Right now I have 2.3 winners to every loser. Does that make sense? Which qualifies to about a 70% batting average, okay? My gross R, my R value, my risk value is 10.3 so far this month. We still have, I don't know, 8 trading days left or whatever, okay? The month is January. It says best month because so far it's the only month. My best day of the month is Thursdays, okay? My best hour is 9 a.m. Again, it's really 9:30 to 10 o'clock because I don't trade at 9 a.m., but 9:30 to 10 o'clock is my best hour. I have 26 winners and 11 losers. This is my average winning trade. This is my average losing trade, okay? My average hold time, my average for winners, and my average loser stops quickly, right? So you can see when they win, they take a little longer. When they stop, they stop pretty quick sometimes. Okay, so that's what this top means, all right? This shows your overall performance, okay? And again, as you put more information in here, this will scrunch up and then give you the quarterly data, all right? Over here, it's my daily P&L graphed, charted, okay, on the right-hand side, okay? So green, 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 2 red days, green, 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 a small red day yesterday, and green today. Now, you can hit weekly right here, click, and now it gives me my weekly data. We're 3 weeks into the year. First week was the best, second week so-so, and we still have another day left this week. If I go to monthly, there's only going to be 1 bar here. But as the year goes on, there'll be 2 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, right? Eventually 12, right? So each month it will add a bar, and the bar will get narrower because, well, there's more months, right? So if I want to see my daily, I just click daily. I want to see my weekly, I just click weekly. I want to click my monthly, I just click monthly. Okay, now down here at the bottom left, right, it tells me all my setups. And if you'll notice, this month has been horrendous for bullish 3-bar plays, right? Bullish 3-bar plays, 84% plays are doing all right. Bearish 3-bar plays doing okay. 2 and 3 minute highs and lows doing okay. Sell setups not the best. Retest good. Highs good. Buy setups good. Breakouts decent. Breakdowns, but 3-bar plays have just been brutal this month. Why? I don't know. Bullish 3-bar plays specifically. So now I know, hey, this month, for whatever reason, these aren't doing well. And again, as you gain more data, this will become more relevant. After 2.5 weeks of trading, this data isn't that relevant yet, right? But after 2.5 months, this becomes much more relevant, okay? And this is just showing your daily risk to reward ratio, okay? Over here, all right, you'll note there's a whole bunch of numbers here, all right? These are setups and times of the day and then months, all right? So for example, hypothetically, let's say it's July and you want to know how you did in February. You're going to click this box, and this box is going to pull up all your data for February, okay? There's only 3 weeks right now, so we don't have that data. But let's say it's September and you want to know how you did in June. You're going to click the box that says June, all right? And it's going to populate June's data for you. If you want to know only how you did on, let's say, buy setups, okay? Click buy setups, and there, you can see my performance on buy setups, all right? Right here. If I want to know how I did on highs, right here, I made $3,700 this month on highs. How I did on, let's do the, was it bull 3-bar plays are getting killed on? Let's take a look. Oh man, brutal, right? And it shows each day, right, the days you took those trades, how you did on it. Now, if you want to clear it all, click the X. All right, I'll do it again. I'll show you again. Say I have bear 3-bar plays. I want to know how I'm doing. There's my bear 3-bar plays. If I want to refresh this back to normal, go right here. See it right there? And click. Boom. It clears the filter. If I want to know how I'm doing at 10:07 in the morning, okay? That particular time of the day, I make $677, okay? And I don't know why it's on retest patterns. I guess that's the only pattern I took, all right? Clear. Now we're back to normal. So each one of these boxes will clear it back to where it was. So if you want to know how you're doing in March, but then you want to go back to normal, just hit the clear button, okay? So it's pretty straightforward, all right? And you can do everything from this tab on the left. Dashboard, which is where we're at. Trade entries, which is where we were, right? You guys remember this, okay? Back to dashboard. Now we'll go to back testing, all right? We'll go to back, well, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's go to the full report. My apologies. This full report tab is kind of nifty, all right? Now, I've set mine up so the losers are in red. Yours, I think, are in blue or dark navy blue or whatever. Mine, I've set the formula so they're in red. Again, the sheet is customizable. If you want to go in and do that, you can certainly do that if you know how to use Excel. If you don't, then just leave it where it is. You'll probably mess it up. All right, so the one thing, and I can't figure it out yet, and trust me, I've been racking my brain over it. This trading days right here, where it says number of trading days, it's going to be off by 1 day. Don't ask me why. I've tried. I've gone through all the formulas. There's only 11 trading days I've had this month, and it says 12. So it's always going to be, but the good news is the trades are correct. Number of trades is correct. Number of longs, number of shorts. Everything else is correct on this page except for the trading days. I don't know why. It adds one extra trading day, and I still haven't been able to figure it out yet. So right now, okay, there's 11 trading days. I've taken 37 trades. All right, so technically I'm averaging, I don't know, 11 divided by 31 is 2.8 trades a day, I guess. Oops, not 31, 37. All right. So I'm averaging 3.3 trades a day, not 3.1. I have 26 winners. All of my winners put together equals $36,000. My average winner is $1,400. My best winner is $3,100. I have 11 losses this month. Those losses amounted to $18,000. My average loss is just under $1,700. My worst loss was $2,100, and that was yesterday. It was 50-cent slippage on that stupid whatever stock. My gross profit, which means winners minus losers, is $18,000. My average gross profit is $491. My batting average is 70%, and the Sharpe ratio, which is your win-loss ratio, is 0.8. Okay, I'm in scalp mode, so these numbers are about where they should be. 60 to 75% with about a 1.0 Sharpe ratio. Okay, my average gross profit is basically what your expectancy is. What this simply means is every trade I take, if you were to take all my winners and all my losers and put them together, I'm averaging roughly $500 every time I push the button. Does that make sense to you guys? Every time I take a trade, winning trade, losing trade, I'm averaging about $500 every time I take a trade. Okay? That's what expectancy stands for. That comes out to about a 0.3, which is almost exactly where I want to be. Somewhere between 0.2 and 0.4 is where I want to be for an intraday trader expectancy level. And that's almost exactly where I want to be. So far, this month is off to what I would call an average start, a good start, right? It's not great, it's not bad, it's kind of right where you want to be, okay? So I've taken 29 long trades and 7 short trades, okay? I have 19 winners on those 29 trades for a 66% batting average, okay? I have 6 losers, all right, sorry. On my short trades, I have 6 winners and only 1 loser. So I have an 86% batting average on my short trades. So right now, while I'm taking way more longs, my batting average is significantly better on shorts, which kind of makes sense. The market's been a little bit weak, at least recently. Okay. On the time frames, I've taken 6 1-minute trades. I've taken 21 2-minute trades. To be fair, a lot of these are 3-minute trades. I've been using the 3-minute chart a lot. And then I have 9 5-minute trades. I have none on the 15, the 60, the daily, or the weekly. And this will tell me in each time frame how I'm doing. So right now, I'm doing the best on 5-minute time frames. I have an 89% batting average when I use the 5-minute time frame, and my expectancy is the highest. I average $756 expectancy on 5-minute charts. That's 50% better than my overall average. So granted, it's only 2.5 to 3 weeks, but that tells me, hey, maybe you should be more patient and wait. Now, granted, it's only 2.5 weeks, but if I find the same data after 2.5 or 3 months, I might realize, whoa, I stay away from those 1-minute charts. You're only batting 50%. Look how well you're batting. Now, granted, my Sharpe ratio isn't very good, but it doesn't need to be at 90%, right? But after 3 or 6 months, I might find, you know what? 1-minute charts are just not my thing. I do much better on 2-minute or 5-minute charts. But again, right now, I don't have enough data for that. But in 3 months, I will. In 6 months, I will. Okay? Setups, right? What patterns are doing best? Buy setups, sell setups, breakouts, breakdowns. I'm taking a lot of 3-bar plays. It's the number one pattern I've taken. And you know what? It's the worst pattern I have. I have a negative expectancy on sell setups. Now, I won't count, or sorry, not sell setups, on bullish 3-bar plays. My apologies, bullish 3-bar plays, right? So if I highlight this, this is my worst category this month by far. I don't really count sell setups because I only took one trade on it, right? But so far, bull 3-bar plays have been terrible, right? So that's something I need to kind of throw into consideration. Why have bullish 3-bar plays been so poor this month? Okay, but again, it's only 2.5 weeks. Could be an anomaly. Maybe there's reversion to the mean. We'll find out, right? Do you have a tag to qualify a trade that got ended before the stop hit? Sometimes when the price action is not as expected, we cut it early. Well, that's up to you, Claude. I mean, you could have a time stop, and if you do, what I would do is I would just put that in my comment section and say, hey, I time stopped this. I time stop that trade and then highlight it in some color, but I don't have a category here for time stops, no. What pattern from TTS high and low is? No, it's a 1-minute high, a 2-minute high, Yaroslav. It's right out of the book. We're allowed to take 1-minute highs, 2-minute highs on level 1 gaps. It's right out of the textbook, right? You're allowed to take 2-minute highs, 5-minute highs, 1-minute highs, 3-minute highs on level 1 gaps, all right? And sometimes high level 2 gaps, all right? So anyway, it tells me how I'm doing on each pattern. My source, okay, I'm going to scroll up here. Now, granted, all my trades are Jared, but you'll know down here, hey, how are you doing? This is where I'm at right now. How am I doing on unmols trades? How am I doing on the gapless trades, right? How am I doing on those trades? How am I doing in each time of the day? 9:30 to 9:45, I've taken the vast majority. 2/3 of my trades are taken in the first 15 minutes. But you know what's interesting? It's actually my worst time of the day. It's actually by far my worst time of the day. Look at my expectancy here versus the other times of the day. When I take trades after 9:45, I do much, much better. Look at my batting average, 83%, 100%, 100%, 100%. The first 15 minutes of the day, not so good. So right there, I've taken 13 trades, and my results are phenomenal, like outstanding, right? So I might want to sit there with more data, and mitigate 9:30 to 9:45 trades. I'm not saying don't take them, but I might want to limit myself to maybe one per day, right? Because clearly, while they've made me $4,000, how inefficient are they? They're super inefficient. I mean, having like I don't know what that comes out to, like a 0.1 expectancy is terrible, right? That's terrible. Where here's a 0.5 expectancy, that's a 0.65 expectancy, that's like a 0.35 expectancy, that's like a 0.7 expectancy, 0.65. That's phenomenal. So right now, so far, the beginning of the day, the market open is not doing as well for me. Yes, I'm making money, but look how many more trades it took to make $4,000. It took 23 trades to make $4,000. After 9:45, it took 6 trades to make $6,000. It took 4 trades to make almost $5,000. So I'm not very efficient at the open right now. Now again, that could change. Okay. Let's see. When swinging, is it better to stop loss on the day's low of a bar? Edwin, that's a trade management. This is not what we're doing, my man. You know, we're talking about how to use a trade tracking spreadsheet, buddy. Anyway, so that's the entry time. Okay. Did you follow your trading plan? I don't use this section, but you want to know, you may say, hey, I didn't. You might find some very fascinating data here. Seriously, you may find out when you don't follow your plan, you make more money. You may find out when you don't follow your plan, you get crushed. It's good information to know, especially for newer traders. Okay, I don't track it the way I used to, but it's very good information to know. Day of the week. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh. You took 15 trades on Tuesdays? The answer is yes, and I'll tell you why. The very first traded day of the year was a Tuesday, right? The very first trading day of this year was Tuesday. I took 8 trades on that day. It's the most trades I've taken in over a year. This is why this says 15. This will average out to the rest of them, okay? So my point is, I've taken 4 total trades on Mondays, 15 total trades on Tuesdays, 8 total trades on Wednesdays. And what's my best day? Thursday. Thursdays are my best days. In fact, okay, I haven't lost a trade yet on Thursdays this year. We've had 3 Thursdays this year. I've only taken 5 trades. I'm 5-0. Okay? Now, Mondays are pretty good too. I have a 75% batting average on Mondays, but look at my average gross profit on Thursdays. Okay? Tuesdays so far are my worst days. Thursdays and Fridays are my best day, followed by Monday, followed by Wednesday, followed by Tuesday. Again, so far. Now, granted, to be fair, a lot of that is the very first trading day of the year. I took 8 trades that day. It was like stupid. And let's go back and take a look. Okay? Let's go back and take a look. I'll go right here. Trade entry data this day right here. Look at it. How insane is that? Just stupid, right? And that day, what I end up making or losing on that day, I made $1,000 on 8 trades. That's pathetic. Pathetic. I made $1,000. It took me 8 trades to do it. Not good, okay? But anyway, back to the full report, okay? So now I know what day of the week I'm best on so far, okay? Share quantity. You might find that you do really well when you take fewer shares, or you do really poorly when you take higher shares, or vice versa. You can see the vast majority of my trades are between 1 and 3,000 shares, okay? That's like literally, I don't know, 80% of the trades I take are 1 to 3,000 share lots. Some are more, some are less, but you can see how I'm doing. Apparently, so far, I'm not so good between 500 and 1,000 shares because it's the only category I'm losing money on. All right. How long I'm in trades? 19 of my trades I'm in for 5 minutes or less. Okay. 5 to 15 minutes is 12 of them. So most trades I'm in 15 minutes or less. That encompasses the vast majority of my trades. The problem is this can sometimes skew your stats. I only have 1 trade that I've been in for more than 2 hours, and I made money on it. You know what the problem is? It skews your average time. Does that make sense? So if you guys looked at that stat earlier, how long I am in trades, this 1 trade that I was in for like 4 hours skewed that statistic. The fact is I'm in trades for typically 5 to 10 minutes, even though my other stat says I'm in trades for 15 minutes that typically work. Okay. Share pricing, most trades I take are $100 stocks or higher. 29 of the 37 trades I've taken or 36 trades I've taken are $100 stocks or higher. Okay. But I seem to be doing better on the 25 to $100. Okay. Stop size, most stop sizes are over 50 cents. Okay. With or against the market, again, I don't really fill this out. Okay. How many trades per day? 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 or more. Why is this important, guys? Because I want to know right here, on the days I take 5 or more trades, I lose money. I said this to you guys this morning in the chat room. The days that I take 5 or more trades, I lose money most of the time. My sweet spot is 2 to 3 trades. And that's proven by this, right? Days I take 1 to 2 trades. 1 to 2 trades, I've made $13,000. So I'm up 18 grand this month. Guess what? 75% of that money is when I take 1 to 2 trades a day and stop. When I decide that I know it all and I'm better than the market and I start taking 5, 6, 7 trades, guess what? I'm losing money. Look at that. I lost $9,000 on the days that I have taken 5 trades or more. That's crazy, right? Crazy. All right. So basically this tells me I need to keep stay in my lane. 1 to 4 trades is my sweet spot. Now, granted, it's early in the year. It's early in the year. Okay. And then at the bottom here, it'll tell you which month of the year and how you're doing. Batting average for that month of the year, average gross profit, Sharpe ratio, et cetera, and so forth. Okay. So that's a pretty cool thing to really dig deeper into your trade. But there's one more thing I didn't touch upon. See where it says symbol? See where it says symbol? Watch this. Let's type in Apple. This populates all my Apple trades. Tells me how I'm doing on Apple. Okay? AAPL, right? So when I look at this, I've taken 2 trades on Apple. They're long trades. I've done pretty well on Apple. I have 100% batting average on Apple. Okay, how have I done on Meta? Boom. I've taken 5 trades on Meta this year. Meta hasn't treated me as well. right? My gross profit is minus 1,000, minus half of an R, right? So I haven't done as well on Meta this year. I don't know, Tesla. I'm up $4,000 on Tesla so far this year, right? If you just look at it, and again, it'll tell you what days of the week, it'll populate all that data. And then if you just want to empty it there, it'll go back. Just hit, backspace or delete, and it'll go back to your whole data. So it'll tell you which symbol you want to type in a symbol. You're like, you know what? How am I doing on Caterpillar this year? Type it in. It'll tell you. Also, you can type in your date range, right? If you want to know, for example, how am I doing on Apple in the month of June? How am I doing on Apple in the month of June, July, and August? We'll just type in those date ranges. How am I doing on Caterpillar for the last 2 weeks? So type in the entry date, start date, the end date, and the symbol, right? It'll tell you how you're doing. What if you want to know how you're doing on all your trades, right? So let's see. If I type in 1/10/23, okay, it populates those 7 days and how I've done on those 7 days. I made $11,000 during those 7 days. Okay? 6 trading days. Technically, it's 5 trading days. That was a pretty good stretch, right? Does that make sense? So if you just want to do the whole year all the time, you just type in 12/31/23, hit enter. Boom. It'll populate the whole year for you. Does that make sense, guys? So you can put in the date range that you want as well as the symbol you want. Either or both, right? You can do either one, just the date range, all symbols. You can do one symbol in a date range, etc., and so forth. Okay? So it's pretty slick. It works pretty well that way. Okay? So now a couple of the small things. Now remember, don't forget to hit refresh at the end of each day. Now let's go to back testing. Okay. Now, you can put in anything you want here, guys. You can change this and type in, I don't know, 5R, all or nothing. Okay? Boom. Type it in there if you want. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back and change that to 3R, but type in whatever you want there. All right? Okay? 2R, all or nothing, 1R, 2R, break even at 1R, hybrid, end of the day hold. That's just what I have in here. Again, I don't care what you put in. Put in anything you want. So what I do is at the end of the day, I go back and I look at all my trades. So let's go to our trade entry data over here. Okay. And you can see BA, mRNA, CRWD. These are all the trades that I took. Go to my back test data. Those same trades are over here. So at the end of the day, when the market is closed, or you can do it in the middle of the day if you want, I go back and I look at it and I go, okay, how did BA do on 3R? Oh, it stopped out. How did BA do on 2R? Oh, it hit 2R. How did it do on 1R? How did it do R? So I just literally input -1, +2, +1, +2, hybrid approach, 0.5, end of the day hold -1. Okay? And you're going to do this for every trade you take. Make sure you put the date in the side over there. Okay? And notice Airbnb is not filled out yet. I think it actually went 3R. And end of the day hold. So why? Because this is a trade I took today. Right? This is a trade I took today, and I haven't checked yet. I know it went 2R already. I know it went 1R already, and I know the hybrid worked. I don't know how end of the day hold is doing. I don't know how the break even one is doing, and I don't know how 3R or nothing. I'll put those in at the end of the day. So every day you're going to do this. Every day. Whatever management you choose, at the end of the day, you're going to go back and put a number in here. -1, +3, -2. I shouldn't be -2. -1. +3, maybe it's, look at end of the day hold, +4.55, +4.56. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to the back test report. And it's going to throw it in here. And it's going to tell you, how are those managements doing? Okay? Now, the P&L is based on a $100 risk. Put it to whatever you want to put it at. Hey guys, a little bit of an edit, little bit of an update here. So the other day when we were talking about the spreadsheet, I said, you know what? All these lines work except for the losses, right? The trades is correct, 36. Wins are correct. Batting average is correct. Win-loss, all that's correct except for the losses. I figured it out. So this is what you need to do to fix this, okay? So we're going to go to the bottom and go to the back test tab, or just go to the back test data right here. Okay, now what I need you to do is use your mouse and scroll down. Scroll all the way down. You're going to see a little corner down here. See that little blue corner? You're going to take it, grab it, and go straight up, up. Go right to there. Boom. Okay, now watch. I'm going to hit refresh. Go back to the back testing tab. And now notice Everything's correct. The trades are correct. The wins are correct. The losses are correct. The batting average. Everything is correct now. All is well in the world. Now, if you want to make it look a little bit prettier, go all the way down to the bottom where this white area is. You ready? Highlight this little blue area. Highlight that. Grab the corner and go up. Up, 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 and hold on right there. Now, it looks pretty again, okay? However, if you want to add data to this, this is what you need to do. Please pay attention to this. If you want to add a line of data, take this little corner piece right there. See it? Drag it down one line. Now you have a new line. You need 2 lines? Drag it down 2 lines. Now you have 2 lines. Okay? So that's how you fix that problem that I just talked about, okay, in terms of the losses. So now if I hit refresh data, there should be 2 more trades on here, right? If I go to backtest, and there they are. There's 2 more trades than there should be on there. Okay, why? Because I added them right here. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you guys. I tried to make this quick, simple, but at least now you know the data works on the backtest report page for the loss column, okay? So very simple to do. Go back and repeat this video or replay it if you need to, and I hope you guys enjoy the spreadsheet. So number of trades is correct. Notice this says 35 instead of 36. Why? It says that because I haven't filled it out yet. See it right here? I haven't filled it out for today yet, okay? End of the day hold should also say 35 trades because I haven't filled it out yet. So let's see, it says 35 trades, end of the day, 35 trades, 2R. So it tells me this month so far, 3R all or nothing, not including today, is up 2.85R. I think Airbnb worked, so it might be 5.85R. 2R all or nothing is up 4.5R. 1R is up 1.5R. 2R break even at 1R. Again, there's still Airbnb worked on this one. That's 4.5R. Hybrid 2.5, and end of the day hold is up 7.3R. Okay, my personal management is up 10, so I'm beating every one of these managements so far. Okay, now end of the day hold, take note, it carries a 26% batting average. Yes, the results are decent, not great, but decent. Can you handle a 26% batting average? Can you handle losing 75% of your trades, 74% of your trades? Maybe, maybe not, right? So when you look in here, you know, the batting averages for a lot of these aren't that good. 29%, 39%, 31%, which is crazy. A lot of these have probably gone break even. That's why it's 31%, if that makes sense. The point is this tells you a lot about how other managements are doing, as well as the batting averages of those managements, so that you can look back and, you know what? While I agree end of the day hold is nice, I could never do a strategy that only wins a quarter of the time. I just mentally, I need to win more than that. I need to feel the taste, that sweetness, right? Some people might say, well, okay, well then a good example might be hybrid or something. It wins 69% of the time, but it still makes money, although it's not making very much money. Now, to be fair, this is only over 35 trades, 36 trades. It's 2.5 weeks. This is not meaningful data yet. Give this 2 or 3 or 4 months, and this starts to become very meaningful data. Okay? And you'll see over the first quarter, over the first 100 trades, 200 trades, how you're doing against other management strategies. Okay? And just remember, I'm going to keep repeating this, go to Data tab, hit refresh at the end of every day, hit refresh. Okay? Don't forget to do that. All right? So that is pretty much the entire sheet. Performance, again, these are areas I really don't want you guys messing with, but I left the source code open for you so you guys could mess it up for yourselves. Okay, but it's all open for those of you who know how to use this. There's a lot of formulas in here. Risk, same thing, a lot of tabs, blah, 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 blah. Just letting you know, don't mess with it. Okay, so that is the dashboard. Okay, refresh. And that is pretty much the entire sheet. There's only really 2 things that bug me. One is the win-loss right here, right there, okay? And back over here on the back test report, right here is the losses. Again, the trades is correct, the wins is correct, are correct, the batting average is correct, but for some reason the losses are not. So ignore that. Other than that, everything here is working as it should be. And that's that. So I hope you guys found that productive and helpful. As always is the case, if you guys ever have any questions or comments, I mean this, shoot me an email. Jared@livetraders.com. All right.